Welcome to Sweet Tree of Life Tarot. Welcome, Cancer, beautiful water sign. Happy birthday to you. Hope that you have a very peaceful month this coming month for you. This reading is for July 2022. This reading is read in this Tree of Life spread. So the tree at the top of the tree is here, and then you go down to the branches, trunk of the tree, and then, of course, finally to the root of the tree. So let's see what the issue is. The issue here is the Queen of Swords. That's why it's in the reversal. So the the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups here is considered to be in the reverse. For some reason, I keep getting the Queen of Swords, so it's kind of like a very kind of like aggressive um, feel to it. I'm not sure why, but it is the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups, because she does have her feet in the water, is treated like overly emotional when it's in the reverse position. So something's going on where you're feeling maybe over emotional, maybe some of you feel maybe that you've been a little bit naive or easily manipulated because you kind of like have such an open, compassionate heart that when there's somebody feeds you like a heart luck story, you're always kind of ready to help them, even though that's only self-serving for them. So you have to watch out for that. This issue says that it's kind of leaving you feeling vulnerable, hurt, and it kind of leaves you vulnerable to dishonest people that kind of abuse of your kindness. So just kind of be careful with that. That kind of seems to be the issue in this situation. Right here, the Chariot, be right next to the Queen of Cups. We have Major Arcana card, the Chariot. The Chariot is a card of victory, self-confidence, success, focus. And it's going to come up again later. So focus, control, and authority, right? So that keeps driving you forward. So you want to have that achievement of your goals through that self-discipline, that assertiveness, that perseverance. Very good card to have, especially in the drive position of the reading. And you kind of let's see how she has only to hold the reins with one hand because she's in control of what's going on there, very self-confident. So that's kind of the things that keep you going forward. Now, what is it that you've created or has been created because of the situation here? It's a major arcana card also is judgment. Now, judgment is usually a card that kind of represents atonement, rebirth, absolution, kind of releasing you from guilt of something. For some of you, it could be something legal that you've been dealing with. It's kind of releasing you from guilt, kind of releasing you from maybe taking corrective action, like making amends, so that you can kind of like have a rebirth, like a rebirth of something, renewal of something. So it's basically telling you, it's time to heal, time to leave the past behind, along with any guilt or grievances you may have. Make amends and move forward. It's just telling you, you're created a situation now where you kind of want to just put that aside, all the negativity, and just go forward, move forward. It's time to make a tough decision. This card also reminds you that it's also maybe time to make a judgment call. It's basically, for a fresh start. So it's like a new higher calling that you're trying to reach, a new sense of maybe self-awareness, self-spiritual elevation, like you want to reach higher elevations and levels of spirituality, possibly because of something that you've been going through here. So let's see if we can see what you've been going through. Right here, the Seven of Wands. This is in the number 4 position of the Tree of Life. So this is basically showing me the Seven of Wands is a card of conflict and struggle. So it says, you can see here that he's very much has the upper hand, even though he was kind of caught off guard. So it's better to be caught off guard. I mean, it's better to be outnumbered than to be caught off guard, right? So he has the dragon on his side, obviously, the shield and the wand. So even though he seems outnumbered, he does have a very powerful dragon there. So he's kind of like the champion that faces all the struggles and is going to get through it. So it looks like you're kind of fighting through something, but you're still going to get the upper hand on that. Over here, what you need to dissolve is the Four of Wands that's upside down. So it could be dealing with Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. Again, those signs are the ones that kind of keep coming up right now. There's basically an upset in a relationship for some of you because it seems to be possibly a legal matter as well. It could be something that maybe you're going through something in the courts, but it's definitely a dissolution of that marriage or a partnership for some of you, or even just a feeling of oppression. They're being oppressed by this relationship. And for those of you that were maybe living together, wanting to get married, it's not happening, and then it breaks off. And for those of you that are kind of dealing with the business arrangement, it could be that the contract doesn't go through, which is also dealing here with the judgment that you're not feeling, you've created a feeling of like you're going to make a fresh start. You're not going to hold grudges against this, whether it be something business-like or because it does seem to be something with love. You're not going to hold grudges. You're just going to move forward from it. And because this relationship possibly was oppressive or possibly just didn't work out for one reason or another, even though you put in a good fight for it. Now, right here, the synergy of the reading, we have the Knight of Swords. Now, the Knight of Swords here, what that tells me, because it is the kind of the middle of the reading, it's a foundational kind of the card for me here. It does represent a forceful action or a unyielding energy. So even though he's truthful and intelligent, he's kind of like a little bit overbearing and aggressive. There's a lot of aggression here. So this is definitely a card of very forceful energy of the struggle, of aggression, of not feeling something's kind of gone your way, that oppression. So there's something definitely here that needs to be dissolved along with this area here, which is possibly a relationship or a business arrangement if it's some of you that are dealing with that, or even courts and the systems. Now for right here in the victory position, we have a very good card for you as a Page of Wands. She's a very creative soul. She looks on new adventures. New ventures, I mean, like new business ideas and things like that with enthusiasm, or new opportunities with enthusiasm. But right here, basically, just kind of remind you to stay focused in order to develop that creative vision. So in order for you to maybe achieve some sort of victories, just to stay focused, stay your path. Don't veer from the path and kind of go into other areas, because you have to kind of stick in that focus. Just like you're here, it tells you got to stay with that focus, even though you're kind of outnumbered. It's okay. You have the upper hand. It'll just kind of keep that positivity and that focus going. So in the eighth position, it kind of tells me, okay, what do you want? What is it that reveals that you want? We have the major arcana card, the Hierophant. Now he's kind of like a priest, very much into order, structure, wise and learned type of thing. For some of you, if it's a business contract, maybe you're wanting this business contract that's not going through. Maybe for some of you, you're wanting that marriage is not, it's been disillusioned, it's not going to come through either. So it's kind of like that wanting of that marriage in order and structure, traditional type of thing. For some of you is more of a reaching that higher learning, reaching that wise and learned kind of status where you're kind of learning, whether it be spirituality, education, so forth. And you're learning more and kind of reaching the higher level of self-awareness, maybe spirituality as well. As you can see here, the crossed keys that he has here, so in the meter in his little hat here, it basically means a symbol of unlocking this wisdom and higher truths. So you're definitely seeking to be wiser from this that's happened, kind of learning that lesson and then moving forward. So right here in the ninth position is how others see you, or even you see yourself. It's a major arcana card, Death. Now, death is, a lot of people get scared. It's not a scary card. It's basically a card of metamorphosis and growth. Although, the little butterflies mean life. They're a symbol of life, and renewal, change, that kind of thing. I represent something, and something needs to give way in order for another thing to come through. So basically, one chapter in your life, whether it be a habit, a relationship might ending, that's what it seems like here, or a business relationship, even though it might not be ending, it needs to give way in order for you to kind of go to your next thing and keep that growth going. As you can see here, it says vita mutatur non tuitur. It basically means life change, not taken away. So we're talking about a life change, something. If it is something dying, is basically talking about kind of like a metaphor, like the dying symbolism of whatever you're going through in that chapter in your life, in order to let the other chapter in your life start. Something has to end in order to begin, right? A new beginning. Now, in the number 10 position, we have the outcome. Like, what is it radiating out for you? Right here, we have the Nine of Swords. Now, the Nine of Swords here, I'm sorry for all the pain that you have gone through, because it looks like you've gone through a lot of strife and pain here. But you do have a handle on your life. You do have that, no focus going. And of course, we're going to let go of those type of resentment. So right here in the Nine of Swords, as you can see, they're kind of looking at her, just kind of waiting for her to like pick up that last sword, pick up that ninth sword and walk away with it. You do not need to be fighting anymore. The light here is coming through, the light of hope. And you just pick up that sword and you just keep walking away. You can go, you're not trapped at all. You can just get up. So don't feel that sense of guilt and regret, which again deals with this card, right? Not to have that guilt and regret, letting go of those grievances, making amends. So for some of you, might be having that fear or doubt and feeling like you can't move forward. But it looks like you are moving forward now, because this card here is showing me that it's a Nine of Swords, or you're almost getting to the point where either for some of you you're moved on and you're healing, or you are moving on. So away from this other chapter, whether it be a way of thinking for some of you, for that spiritual level that you want to reach, or it could be the contractual thing if you're some of you are doing businesses. But it mainly does seem like a more of a love reading, where you're dealing with a person that's a fire sign, that's Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo, that has that dissolution of a marriage, or that feeling of oppression where just it didn't work out, that aggressive feeling in this whole kind of reading. It's very, it's, pretty overbearing kind of thing. But at the same time, you want to take the energy that that Knight of Sword has and flip it, flip the script. He has an yielding energy. Let's use it towards something good and some focus to make yourself keep growing, going through that change. And then, of course, you have the Nine of Wands, just kind of moving forward. So use that energy in a positive way. So right here, we have the pillar of severity. This is the pillar of mercy. In the middle, we have the pillar of harmony. As you can see, both polarities are kind of balanced here in the middle. And of course, within each column, there's a polarity of its own. But right here, we're just going to focus on the pillar of harmony and how it's going to continue. And as far as like, what does it give you? Another kind of tip on how to maybe flip this Queen of Cups there, to not make her so giving to people that are takers. You want to give to people that are givers. That's a hard lesson to learn for a lot of us, I think. Now, as you go up the column here, up the column of harmony, or the pillar of harmony, you see the Nine of Wands. You pick up your sword, you keep going. Don't engage in any kind of negativity there. And that chapter in your life, whether it's some relationship or this business contract that kind of went wrong, leave it alone. Don't concentrate on those negative energies. These negative energies need to be dissolved, and use that unyielding energy to keep moving forward, keep staying positive, keep getting focused, so that you can get through this and just keep going, right? What you want to, because some of you, like I said, have that relationship that's breaking up or did break up. So it's time to start a new chapter. Let's keep it going. Use your focus. You have what it takes. You have the control of your life, and with that drive that you keep going forward, that discipline, perseverance, because that's going to get you through it as well. Of course, your faith, your spirituality will as well, family, friends. And then you go through judgment here, where you let go of those grievances, you make amends. And for some of you that are going through some court issues or business issues, those are just going to have to just let go any kind of guilt over something that happened, or grievances where you just basically have to make amends. So it's time to make that judgment call on what you're going to do, if you will leave that situation or not, see if it can be fixed or not. That would be something that you would have to look into and see if it's fixable. But you really do have to have that focus and that drive to keep going forward into a more positive part of your life, if that is not for you anymore. And then hopefully that way you'll be able to turn around the Queen of Cups and make her more into just, keeping that honest and fairness, being compassionate to all, but with a balance, so that you don't have the takers just keep taking right here. So I'm hoping this gives you a positive kind of aspect or perspective of your situation. I hope it helps you heal as well, find some healing in how to get to that position of healing more, healing faster. If you are interested in a reading, I am offering those. And I'm also actually raffling off one reading this month. So to all the subscribers, people that subscribe, I'll be entering you in a raffle, and I'll be choosing one winner on July 1st. And I will be posting it here on the website, on the YouTube channel. And but if you do want to purchase a reading, I do go into further details and also add an 11th card here just to kind of explain the situation a little better as well, if it needs more clarification and maybe answering some other questions. So hopefully, if you do need a specific reading for your specific situation, just reach out to me and we can definitely work on that. Otherwise, I hope to see you here. Please subscribe. Definitely share. Somebody might need to hear this, that you might know that's in a similar situation. And of course, like the channel so I know that you want me to keep making these videos for the next month. Thank you very much. Thank you again for your time and for joining me today. I wish you lots of peace, love, and light. See you soon.